What's up, Buttercup? What's that, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's that, pussycat? Whoa. How's everybody doing on this Friday morning? It's March 14th, 2025, and I'm feeling good. Before I get into it, I just want to say I know the bear is my spirit animal, but I'm thinking about a passed over brother of mine who was a very awesome cat. I really loved him a great deal, and I know that his spirit has gone somewhere into the 5D, but I actually personally want to call judgment from spirit on the veterinarians who cared for him when he got sick because they did not handle his care properly. And I call judgment on that entire business and everybody who works there. I'm feeling strong, I'm feeling capable, feeling able to manifest my own blessings and earn money from my hard work and my skills. I gotta say though, it doesn't happen so easily, and there's no half-assing it here. But before I get involved, I just gotta say, ladies and gents, I rebuke all black magic, witchcraft, and spell work being used against me to try and bother me, or potentially gain off of me, or get me to become sick, or injured, or anything else. Now that that's out of the way, let's introduce the 26th episode of Downloadable Brain. I'm your main man, Brain44. Today I want to talk about audio takedowns and what they mean to me. When a specific person or an entire group of people intentionally place obstacles in front of you, then they sit back and study how you react, hoping that you fail to overcome those obstacles they intentionally placed in front of you. You can't really do much about it if you don't have the right sort of people around you to bring justice and defend you. In my case, somebody said a whole lot of bullshit about me. Then everybody took those lies, rolled with them, and used those lies against me to intentionally attack me and gang up on me without bothering to ever question it, without bothering to ever defend me, just choosing to participate in the abuse and being told, hey, this is okay, we really like that. I would say what I was put through and still experiencing somewhat as long as I'm here rocking is a form of a humiliation ritual, but it also does a lot to intrude on my personal rights and freedoms, like people obtaining my personal phone number without my consent, people who I have never met when I'm out in the public, like treating me some sort of way. It's just an entire smear campaign built off of lies, and they love it, not really caring if I'm innocent or guilty of the lies being told, just as long as they can all group together to make sure I suffer and I fail. So I thought, wow, thanks for the help for those of you out there who were in a position to defend me, but you chose not to defend me at all and either allowed it to happen or you participated in the act personally. So when justice is not served and I'm taken advantage of like that and I'm intentionally abused, like I need to figure out a way to bring justice towards myself at least, and as well as others who I may have once known and cared for in my life, but they were also taken advantage of and abused. So how do we do that? I say when all else fails and nobody is willing to do the right thing, you start taking matters into your own hands. I call these audible takedowns. An audible takedown could be as simple as doing a podcast like this. So somebody adds my personal phone number, which I never gave out to them, to a group chat without my consent, for example. I will bring it to the public eye by choosing to do a podcast about it, possibly even leak the screenshots of the group harassing me and violating my rights, just so that everybody on the internet who disagrees with this harassment and they disagree with violating a person's privacy can see what they're up to. So that's one form of an audible takedown. Sometimes audible takedowns can go much harder. Like, for example, when a person uses you to reward themselves and slander you to their audience, then they get giddy and stupid like an infant child. Like they're given an achievement for being rotten and behaving inappropriately. I'm going to sit back and look at that, and I'm going to take the experience in for a while. So, guess how I defend myself? It doesn't really seem like anybody ever wanted to stick up for me or defend me. So, I just decided, all right, I'm going to take matters into my own hands here and get a little bit more aggressive with my approach. So, I started working on my second album right away. But this time, it's not an instrumental, I'm actually incorporating vocals. And I don't consider myself to have a great singing voice. I just do my best to find my own style because I have a lot of energy to let out, and my way of doing that is providing audible takedowns against every person out there who ever made the decision that it was okay to slander and abuse me, and it was okay to violate my personal privacy, especially when it's based on lies. But even if anything said was ever true, which it wasn't, you still don't have the right to do that to people. So it's like, okay, fine. You told enough lies on me in order to gain enough attention, and everybody loves it. But this honey bear ain't producing something so sweet on this next album. My debut was like a cryptic love letter towards people who were sending me a premeditated psychic bully message, which I released on February 13th, 2025, just one day before Valentine's Day to be exact. But now I just feel like the smear campaign and abuse has gone so far, and the bear has been poked so much that they've awakened this sort of success as the ultimate revenge mindset inside of me. But it's also forced me into a new role where I take on the responsibility of vocals. I have a whole lot to say in my lyrics and a lot to get out. Even if my voice isn't great, it's fine. It's more or less about providing those audible takedowns so that every person who ever spoke disrespect, lies, and slander on my name can witness the audible takedown of me transmuting everything they ever did to put me through intentionally back in the form of energy karma, where you talk so much shit on me that now you're gonna get it. You'll be hearing from me every step of the way in this next album. So the bear is poked. They requested a storm. I'm here to oblige and provide that storm they've been waiting for. I don't even call the songs on this next album songs. I call each and every song a lesson. So each lesson is a very specific message, and each lesson teaches a different person or a different group of people a few things about what they have done, knowing that when they get giddy and childish about getting away with the abuse, that they're going to be hearing back from me if they choose to keep watching me, if they choose to keep bothering me, or if they choose to keep listening to me. You'll definitely be hearing back on that album as I provide these lessons with audible takedowns. Now, for those of you who are sincerely supportive, I do appreciate each and every one of you for choosing to tune in, but I feel like a massive smear campaign was built off of a whole lot of lies about me, and it created an entire rift of people who refused to work with me, but they became very comfortable coming to work against me just by choosing to participate in slander and hate. So I said, all right, let's let them have it, because they're always looking for a reason to justify their inappropriate behavior, right? I've had struggles and challenges like everybody else, and a lot of people decided to take my weaknesses and capitalize on them, kicking me when I was down. But what has been done to me so far just crossed the line of justice and morality so much, and they destroyed an innocent person so badly, and they enjoyed it because of whatever one person said or did. They destroyed my entire life built off of their lies. I mean, wow. How does somebody ever come back from something like that? Once you tell the lie's out there, and everybody believes the lie, and it becomes very difficult to ever come back from those lies being told on you. So my audible takedowns are very specific. They're very direct, and I believe they're very effective. And this honey bear is out to release some energy, but if you consider yourself to be a part of this group of bullies, you're not going to like what I have to say with each lesson providing a message on this next album. We're just going to have fun. We're going to test the waters a little bit, think outside of the box. I'll be providing videos of these gems as I go before I lead up to the release of this next album. The severity of my smear campaign has actually gotten so far out of hand that it affected my ability to manifest success and growth. So I had a bunch of losers and cowards wait till I was down. Then they chose to kick me when I was already down, like capitalizing off of my hardships when I was weak and vulnerable. And then they abused their power, they abused their authority, they abused their positions. Now it's like, okay, fine. Guess what, Buttercup? This honey bear just got back up. This honey bear ain't gonna fall again. But this honey bear will transmute and rebuke. But I'm just afraid people have taken this so far that it's already reached a point of certain manifestation. Like a manifestation where each audible takedown I provide will not be kind to you. It's not going to be nice. It's not going to be tolerant of injustice and evil. It's going to be symbolic. Whoever you are that made up these lies and stories about me, like now it's personal. And it's not even that I hate the person who told the lies on me. I maintain my position on no contact. It's just that what you've done is basically turn the entire world against me, and I want or expect to be vindicated from your lies because I am an innocent person to the lies you told on me. But you've done the most to accuse me of things that I just haven't done, and I don't know your personal business, whoever you are. I stay out of it. That's why I don't talk to your ass or dial you up on the telephone. Like if somebody from my personal life told a bunch of people some things and it got so bad that it literally affected my entire social media presence, they lurk, they slander, and I'm way far beyond being pissed off. I'm not even going to ask for help from anybody. I'm just going to start dishing out lessons as frequently as I can because an injustice has been done here and I expect vindication from the lies. But I'm afraid I just can't wait for that to happen. And I'm sorry to say, but these audible takedowns at this point were pretty much inevitable because people have gotten away with slandering me for far too long. And I'm not going to put up with the slander, the abuse, and disrespect anymore. So now they might change up their tone and go from being the aggressor and abuser to the victim, saying, well, it's really important for you to forgive the abuser for slandering and lying on your name for years and doing the most to sabotage your potential in relationships and pretty much destroy your life. It's important for you to forgive them. It's like, well, this time I don't forgive you. There's one person I really respect and admire who I forgive for participating in this smear campaign, only because they've helped me out a lot on my own personal journey. So maybe I'm a little bit biased towards them and I got a sweet spot for that person, but as far as anybody else is concerned, I will mainly apply the same type of mindset to your spiritual beliefs that you may or may not teach, which is don't really show mercy. And I've sat back, I've taken this for a long time, and I've chosen not to do anything about it, understanding that neither did anybody else who was well aware of the abuse and aware of my innocence. So my answer is direct audible takedowns in the form of different songs, lyrics, and even podcasts. So like if somebody was mocking my bass playing abilities, for example, I'd put out a song with a bass solo just showing them how full of shit they were with their words and showing them that they don't know what they're talking about and that they don't know me. Realizing now that even though I wasn't really trying that hard to play bass, I simply transmuted their hateful words into skill. And I love that. I really like to take negative energy and transmute that negativity and hate into creativity and skill. It's like revenge in a sense that you're not only proving people wrong who were talking shit about you and hating, as you provide different forms of audible takedowns throughout your journey. And it's fun for me. I play music because I love it, but so much effort and so many people were put forward to intentionally sabotage and destroy me. A lot of them knowing damn well I was innocent and just going along with it, that it's time for that sweetie pie honey bear to deliver those audible takedowns you've been asking for. And this is your manifestation, the slander and hate coming back at you in the form of transmuting your hateful words into success. And you don't get to take credit for any of my success, but just remember that you were the same kind of people who counted on my downfall. You lied to intentionally place obstacles in my way. And you did it so that you could destroy me and sit behind the scenes like a coward and laugh all the way to the bank. Well, as I provide more lessons throughout this release, you're not going to laugh so much anymore. Like, I've even been noticing some changes on the facial expressions of some of these people who chose to abuse and slander me. So they aren't quite as giddy as they used to be. Like, It was as if the minute I started provided audio takedowns to their bullshit, their behavior changed regarding me because they're realizing that no matter how many lies they choose to tell, and no matter how many people they can convince to go along with those lies, it's failing to control me. It's making them look bad. And it's actually making me look good. So, I mean, if it wasn't for being abused, I would never even attempt to approach vocals. It was like that woke something up inside of me. I always just said I'm a pretty shitty vocalist and I can't sing. And it's like, okay, fine, maybe I'm not a great singer, but these audible takedowns are very direct and very effective. These are the messages I have to convey, and I'm glad to dish out that transmuted negative energy back to the sender in the form of creativity, skill, and success. Because you just went so far to ruin me, and you went so far to hold me back that the least I can do is deliver that storm you've been waiting for, right? So, audible takedowns are when you go too far to abuse people, but that abuse comes back to bite you in the ass when you mess with the wrong person. These people definitely mess with the wrong one, and I'm not going to be that quiet mouse who puts up with abuse and endures it. I'm not going to call somebody out, like personally, by dialing up their phone and talking about it. I'm just going to transmute it and provide those audible takedowns that you manifested. I pardon one person specifically because I can't help but like them, but everybody else who participated is under judgment from me. But I'm not going to bite back like the way you would expect. I'm not going to expose secrecy. I'm just going to bulldoze all the shit you put me through. Those massive egos will become bruised because they just can't help but talk shit, and they're going to have to eventually learn to leave me alone and go away, and to stop intentionally creating obstacles to hold me back and destroy my life. Here it comes, baby. The honey bear is coming, and this ain't gonna be candy. You know, candy makes you dandy. You wanted a storm? It's gonna unleash absolute hell for all the things you've done to me. I'm gonna unleash hell on this next album. It's just gonna be packaged in the form of music, so stay tuned for that. You manifested this, and you deserve it. I can't always get two birds with one stone in one lesson, but every specific lesson has a direct message, and that message is going to teach the person with the ego that they can't control me, they can't stop me, and you're under judgment for the things you've done to come against me. Anyway, sweetie loves, have a fantastic day. Brain 44 signing out. Until next time, don't watch too many Jeffrey Dahmer documentaries. It may warp your brain and make you cray cray. See you next time.